Hello, movie fans. Today, I will explain a 1999 horror romance film called Nong Nak. Let's jump to the explanation. The movie starts with the scene of a solar eclipse where villagers are panicked and the monks are praying at the temple. Mok was saying goodbye to Nak and leaving the house by boat. Nak was pregnant and waiting for Mok before their house every day. In the next scene, Mok was walking through a battlefield where many soldiers were wounded badly. He searched for his friend, Prick, on the battlefield but failed and fell to the ground. Nak was about to vomit but took some medicine. Mok woke up and found Prick dead in the trench. Mok was among the wounded and calling for Nak unconsciously. Nak went to the temple and asked the head monk about to pray for Mok. The monk also gave her an amulet to protect herself from evil spirits during pregnancy time. Mok was 4 months pregnant then. Mok was treated by an old man. Suddenly Nak felt pain in her belly while cultivating land and asked for help. Mok was wounded seriously and brought to Somdet for treatment. Mok was hallucinating about Nak and all the dead soldiers from the battlefield and screamed. On the other side, Nak was delivering the baby with the help of neighbors. Finally, Somdet arrived and saw Mok. The little monk told the doctor to leave Mok there because his condition was not good. Then Somdet started treating him. After a few months, Mok finally got well and watched people before sitting in the temple. The little monk arrived there and Somdet called him. Somdet advised Mok to enter monkhood. For that, all his sins and karma will be gone. But Mok wanted to see his family first and also told him about pregnant Nak. Mok promised he would come back later to Somdet. In the next scene, Mok was coming back home by boat and saw that everything was broken. He finally came to his house and saw Nak was waiting there with their baby. They finally met and embraced each other. Nak was shaving Mak's beard and also cut his hair. Nak asked Mok about war. Mok said it was very hard for him. Soldiers died on the battlefield and also of cholera diseases. Mok also told about his sufferings and Somdet helped him. Mok was going to tell Prick's wife about his death but Nak stopped him and told him to go later. Mok was hallucinating about his old days, where he was cutting crops with his friends and had a romance with Nak. Suddenly all gone and found himself in a jungle where Prick was found wounded and Mok came to him but Prick turned into a skeleton. The next day Mok was collecting nipa leaves and came before a house. Mok was calling Ob, but no one responded from the house. Then suddenly Nak arrived behind him and Mok got scared. Nak said she worried that Mok would leave her again. Mok said he would not leave again. He was collecting nipa leaves for making toys for their child, Dang. Mok was having a bath on the canal and suddenly saw his friend, But after seeing Mok, leaves the place by paddling fast. Nak was laughing at seeing naked Mok standing. At night, they were having sex. We can see that Nak died while delivering a baby and the neighbors were caring for her dead body. After that, went to the village temple and told the head monk that he saw Mok living with Nak. Mok was fishing near Oeb's house. Then he came to the house and opened the door. He was scared to see that Oeb's dead body was eaten by monitor lizards. Nak told Mok that Oeb died on the day he arrived home. She died from cholera. For that, her body remained in the house. Some paranormal things happened with Oeb. She also threw a ring outside before her death. Nak was singing a song for their child and Mok also played flute with the song. But hearing the song, people around there got scared. Mok suddenly woke up and saw Nak pounding rice outside. Nak said she cared about Mok and they were running out of rice. Later Nak was crying and told Mok she didn't want to leave him and she loved him very much. The next morning, Mok went to their house basement looking for an axe and saw many mice there. Then he went to the jungle for cutting trees. Suddenly, arrived there. Was acting suspiciously and told Mok that Nak died a long time ago. Mok did not want to believe that he thought was pranking him. Said Nak died during birth giving and everybody knows that. Also said Mok would not believe it because he was not there. After hearing this, Mok got angry that time. Also said he was leaving with the ghost of Nak and he tied her body after her death by his hand. Suddenly the baby cried. Mok told how a dead baby can cry. Told you it's a ghost baby. Mok hit for addressing his baby as a ghost and also wanted to kill him with the axe. Wanted to warn him, but Mok told him not to come near him again. After that leave the place. Mok returned home and asked Nak the reason for crying for their child. Nak said she was away, that's the reason for crying. After that Mok told Nak about comment. He also said that he hit a punch to face for that reason. Mok told was acting weird and that he become a liar. Suddenly, Nak started crying. Mok asked the reason for crying. Then Nak said everyone was accusing and gossiping about her while Mok was away. She said they did it because they hated her. She also said they were accusing her of having an affair and Dang was not Mac's baby. Mok told Nak was pregnant before he went and how they accused her of that. Mok consoled Nak and told people to have wicked minds and they don't have to care about them. At night, wife and children were crying because Nak would kill His wife warned him not to mess with the ghost. If Nak knows about this, then her ghost will kill him. Was angry and went outside with a big knife to challenge Nak in the storm. Nak went outside at night and after returning home she cried in the mirror. Two child was traveling by boat that night and saw dead body floating near the boat. They got scared and ran away. The next day wife and many others gathered in the temple before the head monk. They were planning to buy a shaman to vanish Nak's spirit. The monk advised them to do anything carefully. Also, they don't want to see any death again. A man arrived there and wanted to get revenge by burning the house. The monk said what they do about Mok. Then the man said if Mok did not listen to them, they would leave Mok alive. Otherwise, they burn the house with Mok together. He then collects men from the gathering to burn the house that night. In the next scene, the head monk arrives at Mac's house with two assistants. He saw that the house was full of dust. He was calling for Mok. Then he went up and saw Mok was sleeping. Then Mok woke up and saw them. Mok made a place to sit them and also gave them a water jar to drink. But the jar was empty and full of dust. There was no water on it. Mok said Nak went outside to carry water. He also said he was busy with his wife and child, and could not go to the temple. The monk said he came here to confirm that had been told by to Mok. Mok was angry and told how a monk lied. The monk said he was telling the truth, that he was living with the ghost. Then Mok told them to look at his child, but there was nothing. Later the monk said died last night. It was Nak who broke his neck. Mok was surprised to hear about death. After hearing Nak killed Mok got angry and told the monk if he had not been the monk, he would have kicked him. The monk said if he wanted to see the truth around him, he would concentrate on Buddha's virtues. Then Mok tells them to wait some time because Nak will be back in a minute, but they leave the palace. Finally, the shaman arrived in the village and the villagers welcomed him. Later Somdet was praying. Suddenly he told his assistants to pack his bag, also they would go with him. Somdet was getting ready to come to Mac's village. In the next scene, the villagers are getting ready to burn Mac's house. Mok was recovering the stairs and Nak was cooking in the kitchen. Suddenly his axe fell to the basement. He came down and saw something strange. Then he remembered Buddha's virtue and looked between his legs. Then he saw the actual image of the place and also saw a skeleton in the basement. After that Nak's hand got bigger to collect a fruit that fell on the basement. After seeing this, Mok was scared and escaped from there. Nak was crying after seeing Mok escape from her. Then the villagers arrived there to burn the house. First, they called Mok to come out. But there was no response. Then they burnt the whole house. Nak with her child came out from the fire and asked them why they were doing this. They said she was no human but a ghost, also sleeping with a man. She also killed villagers. Nak said she did not kill anybody. They died because of their karma. Nak told them she would take revenge for burning her house. Suddenly, strong winds blew over there. For this, the burning house was collapsing around part by part. One fell over to the man who led the villagers to burn the house and he got killed there for it. Others were also escaping from there. Some of them got fire on their body. Mok arrived at the temple after escaping and the monks were making a barrier with rope around him. On the other side, the shaman arrived near Nak's grave with villagers. The monks also bound his body with rope and started praying around him. Nak was walking around with her child. The monks were praying and looking around after hearing footsteps. Among them, the little one felt something on the ceiling and looked up. There he saw Knack and screamed. Then everyone looked up and saw Knack hanging downside on the ceiling. They got scared, but the head monk ordered them to calm down and start praying. He told Knack that disturbing a monk's prayer is a sin. Knack wanted Mock to go with her. The monk said a human cannot be with a ghost. Knack warned them of breaking her family. They again started praying. Knack was calling back Mock to come back to his wife and child. But the monk stopped him. Besides, the shaman found Knack's body from her grave. After some time, Knack disappeared from the temple and they stopped praying. Suddenly a man arrived there and told them about the shaman and his work. After hearing this, Mock started running to Knack's grave. They wanted to stop him but couldn't. The shaman was praying and about to hit Knack's body, but Mock arrived there and stopped them. Mock told them if they wanted to touch Knack's body, they had to kill him first. Mock then embraced Knack's dead body. But someone hurt him from behind and he was unconscious. The shaman was hurting on the dead body's head. Mock wanted to stop him, but he was captured by two men. Mock was shouting and remembering his memory with Knack. The group of monks arrived there. The head monk stopped them from hurting Knack's head. Suddenly, the shaman started laughing at Knack's voice and started hitting his head. The head monk told Knack to stop it, but she did not listen and the shaman died. After that, Somdet arrived there and the environment was calm. His little assistant told everyone to step aside until Somdet finished his work. Somdet sat before the grave and wanted to talk with Knack. Somdet was chanting and Knack was crying before him, remembering her beautiful memory with Mock. Somdet called Mock then to farewell his wife. They both were crying. Knack was watching the little child to Mock. Knack said she had to follow Somdet to get her karma paid off, also she would not be able to take care of Knack again. They wished to each other by holding the hand that was born as a husband and wife in the next life. Then Somdet told him it was time to let her go. Then Somdet marked Knack's head and Knack's body turned into the dead body. Somdet was chanting again and his assistant cut a piece from Knack's skull. Somdet then told the head monk that Knack would never disturb them again and he would take the piece of skull with her. Somdet ordered them to arrange her funeral with others. In the next scene, Mock becomes a monk and stands beside Knack's funeral. The story was based on an old Thai ghost story. This story remains immortalized to this day and describes Knack's love and devotion to her husband. That's how the beautiful movie ends. If you like this, please subscribe to our channel, and thanks for watching.